Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I thought I'd show some of the vintage paperbacks from Ace Doubles. Now, Ace Doubles is usually assumed to be science fiction, but the early novels, like many early paperback publishers, say like Harlequin, did not just publish one genre of um, literature. So it wasn't just science fiction that Ace published. They published a wide variety of genres, including science fiction and fantasy, and of course mystery. And that's what you see there. That's D number 1. It's the first Ace double. And it has 2 books, as it says, turn over for book 2. This is The Grinning Gizmo by Samuel W. Taylor. Alright, so that's that one. And it looks like it's a Norm Saunders cover. Alright, Sam W. Taylor. And the next one is another hard-boiled kind of mystery novel. This is Too Hot for Hell. Marijuana, Music, and Murder made him. Too Hot for Hell. So that's that one. And let's see. Yeah, so Norm Saunders, he signed it. Alright, so it's a Ace double with Norm Saunders cover. And what do we have here? We have another Ace double. This is D2. This is Bloody Hooves. This is a Western by J. Edward. I think that's Leadhead. So, Leadhead, an Ace original. Not sure who the artist is. Let's leave that aside. That over there. Yeah. And you flip it over to see what it is, and you have William Colt MacDonald. And he's a famous Western writer. And that does look like a Saunders cover, a Norm Saunders. It says, Bad man's return. Another killer beat him to the vengeance target and framed Barry for the lynch noose. That's that one, D2. Beautiful covers, by the way. Next one we have is this one, and it's by Lewis B. Patton. Ace original, it says there. Massacre at White River, Lewis B. Patton. Ruthless men and flame redskins in an epic battle of the Colorado frontier. Yeah, he was a good writer, by the way. And there's another famous Western writer, and that one's a Saunders cover, Norman Saunders. This is Rimrock Rider by Walker A. Tompkins. Walker A. Tompkins wrote, you know, I'm a Masked Rider pulp novel collector, so he wrote a lot of the Masked Rider westerns featuring Wayne Morgan and Blue Hawk. Anyway, so that's that one. So that's number 2. So that's D4. Rimrock Rider, Walker A. Tompkins. And then we have, might be a pseudonym, but I don't know. This is D5. This is The Scarlet Spade by Eaton K. Goldthwait. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Very racy looking cover. And then another very racy cover. Harry Whittington. Now that's a Norm Saunders cover. I can tell just by the look of the faces. Harry Whittington's famous pulp novelist. Drawn to evil. Tough homicide cop find himself irresistibly drawn to evil. Harry Whittington, an Ace original novel. So it says. And then we have another Western. This is D6, and it's a rough copy, but beautiful book. The Branded Lawman by William E. Vance. It says an Ace original. They took him out They took him out of jail to wear a sheriff's star. And then we have another Western. That guy says a specially revised edition. The original title was Gunman Gunman. It's by Nelson C. Nye, famous Western writer. Plunder Valley, this title is called. A marked man rides alone against Night Rider terror. All right, that's D6. And what else do we have? We have I, the Executioner by Stephen Ransom. That's an old rough copy, a very good reading copy. Stephen Ransom. Original title was False Bounty. Complete and unabridged, it says. Another Harry Whittington, and that's why it was bought. It's a very violent looking cover. You got a lady tied up, woman with a whip. Manhunt in a racket-ridden city. So dead, my love. Harry Whittington. Ace original. Alright, so that's that one. That is D7. That's D7. And oh wow, look at that cover. This is Head Over Heels. This D, it says 9, I think. Head Over Heels in Homicide. Decoy by Michael Morgan. It could be a pseudonym. I'm not sure. That's that one. And flips over, and it is somebody named Sherwood King. A Story of Unusual Interest. New York Times. If I Die Before I Wake. That's Sherwood King. Very racy cover. That's D9. If I Die Before I Wake. Alright, so that's that one. And then we have, that is definitely a Norm Saunders cover. I can tell by the guy's face. This is by Leslie Scott. If it's not a Norm Saunders, anyone who is watching this can correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's a Saunders cover. The Brazos Firebrand by Leslie Scott. Beautiful copy. Base double. That's D10. Okay, so what's on the other side? Wow, nice cover. A book by Gordon Young. It's called Hell on Hooves. And he wrote a 6-gun handicap. Original title is Quarter Horse. Okay, so that's that one. Beautiful cover. And it is signed. It is signed. Ralph Smith. Looks like. Alright. Beautiful cover though. Here's another mystery. William L. Stewart. Dead Ahead. The Dead Lie Still. One of the best first mysteries I've come across by Dorothy Hughes, it says. William L. Stewart. Dead Ahead. It's D11. And we flip it over. And it's a Day Keane. Oh, wow. Another famous hard-boiled mystery writer. I did see, there was a Random Harvest. Not Random Harvest, that's, I forget. Random Harvest is a Ronald Colman film. It was another one. It was a Bogart film with Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall. It was written by Day Keane. I can't think of the name. If you remember the name, you can tell me. Anyway, so that's Mrs. Homicide by Day Keane. She was a homicide detective's wife, nabbed knee-deep in murder. Okay, beautiful cover. Almost ashamed to take them away. Here's another one. This is by Leslie Edgley. This is D13. This is the Judas Goat. Alright, so that's that one. An animal trained to lead others to slaughter. Then we have Cry Plague. Wow, looks like a drug cover without the drugs. Without the needles, I should say. It says, were those mysterious deaths the start of germ warfare? Cry Plague. Wow. Way ahead of its time. So that's by Theodore S. Drachman, an Ace original, it says. Alright, so that's that one. And what else do we have? What do we have? Oh, it's damaged on the cover. You can still see it's just the blue that's covered. So the Vultures on Horseback. Doves of War is the original title. And that's D14. That's by Paul Evan Lehman, a famous Western writer, known for writing Westerns. They terrorized the town with a 45 blockade. And then the other one is, yeah, that's a Saunders cover. And that's D14, Maverick with a Star. They picked the wrong man for sheriff, by George Kilrain. Okay, looks like a pseudonym to me. That's one beautiful cover. Yeah. So that's that one. Then we have, wow, this looks like a, yeah, called The Original Origin for Zola's Nana. I think it's Nana. That's D16. Germany by E&J de Goncourt. Émile Zola was French when he wrote Nana. He's more known for, I think it's, yeah, he's known for another novel that he wrote. Yeah, about the curé is something or other, about a priest. Germanie. And then the other one is by Paul Bourget. Paul Bourget. Or it's not Bourget, it's got to be Bourget. And it's Crime d'amour, or Crime d'amour, you can say. En français, c'est crime. So French masterpiece of sensual jealousy. So that's D16, Crime d'amour, by Paul Bourget. That's interesting. Beautiful book. And then we have Walter Erickson, The Darkness Within, or Fallen Angel. And that's D17, a high voltage mystery of creeping horror and sudden murder. Yeah, Walter Erickson. And then with this, how's that for a cover? The Ace original by Ronnie Scott. It's it's signed. It doesn't even look like a Norm Saunders cover, but that's his. It says blackmail, murder, and one double cross too many. Shakedown. It's D17. Wow. Very risque covers. Way, way risque. Next one is D19, Never Kill a Cop. An Ace original by Mel Colton. Had his own brother framed him for the fall guy. Had his own brother framed him for the fall guy. So I should read that. Never Kill a Cop. And then also by Leslie Edgley is Fear No More. For macabre tension, it's one of the best yet, said Anthony Boucher of the San Francisco Chronicle. Fear No More, it's D19. Beautiful, dark, noir type cover. It's great, great stuff. And Lester Dent. Oh, wow. High Stakes, or Dead at the Takeoff. Startling climax, exciting. That's the New York Times, the New Yorker. a book by Lester Dent. And those of you who know pulp novels and pulps in general know that Lester Dent wrote most of the Kenneth Robeson Doc Savage novels. So there you go. High Stakes by Lester Dent. And then we have another Ace original. This one is Nightshade by John N. Macris. She was fire and ice, but he was the man who would burn for her crime. That's Nightshade. So killer known, it says in the paper, say police. That's John N. Macris. Interesting, interesting. All right, and then this is the last one I'm going to show, because I've got too many of these. This is by Bliss Lomax, one of the great Western writers that's extant, that's out there. Bliss Lomax, and this is a book, D22, Mavericks of the Plains. Mavericks of the Plains by Bliss Lomax, the good Western writer. Injustice made them turn to trigger law. And what do we have? Another great Western writer, Badlands Masquerader, an Ace original by Leslie Scott, Vanishing Herds, and an Outcast Ranger. And there he is, looking on in fear. I think this is the bad guy. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this, what I would call a collector's eye candy of paperbacks. So just give me thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Remember the like and subscribe and all that other stuff. Okay, thanks. Bye.